welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we are going to be looking at the Australian dollar, US dollar, and we're also going to be doing some analysis on the US dollar, Canadian dollar. But let's start off with the Aussie dollar, US dollar. So on a monthly time frame, we can see this big supply zone that's formed on the top, and we can see that the Aussie dollar is definitely rejecting the zone here. There's been multiple taps to that zone, or trying to get into that zone, or you can see this big movement to the upside, and you can see how price has been losing momentum basically, and with all these wicks that's formed on the top here, you can see the sellers starting to climb into it. So will the Aussie dollar strengthen enough to break through this supply zone and break through and carry on up? But yeah, that we need to see. So when do we enter? How do we know when to enter that buy or sell position? So basically, if we look at a weekly time frame, we can see this box formed. I call it a box, but I mean you can draw your support and resistance at the top. But if you draw this box, you can see it clearly. You can see there's a resistance at the top, the support at the bottom, and basically it's been in this consolidation zone for a couple of weeks now, in actual fact a couple of months. So you can see at the bottom here, if you look back to the left, always look to the past, basically to the left of your chart, to see what happened in the past. And you can see here how this consolidation formed as well. And with this you draw your box, you can see how it broke out. Let's just expand it a little bit. Let's just make this arrow visible, bring it to the front. So you can see how it closed, how that candle closed outside the box, basically breaking the resistance, came back to retest it, and then from there on it shot up. So basically placing your you just take that, so with that break and retest, you place your buy right there as it comes and retests that resistance zone. So basically what we want to do is we're waiting for the same thing. Will price, we are looking, when we looked at the monthly, we saw that it is at this big supply zone at the top. So what we're waiting for is either a break below this box or outside this box, that retest, and then sell for the big movement to the downside. Or it could go up, it can break the box at the top. But yeah, that supply zone is definitely, it's a big one. So obviously we are all waiting for the sells, and a lot of people are waiting for the sell. Now, sorry, let me just, this is the daily time frame on the Aussie dollar. So on the daily time frame, we can see something here. We have this big support at the bottom. Let me just draw that here. So we've got this big support at the bottom, okay? We've got this descending trend line going to the bottom as well. Let's just draw that, and we kind of connect the two. So in Forex, we call this a descending triangle, or a descending triangle pattern. So basically, in a situation like this, what we want to do is want to see is we actually wanted to see this huge candle breaking outside. Sorry, that candle breaking outside, coming to retest that area before it goes down. But again, as soon as there was a big movement to the downside, the buyers climbed in again and pushed the price up. Could be news related or whatever the situation. But again, now what we do is we still wait. We wait for exactly that same scenario. In this triangle, it's heading towards the end of this descending triangle. So it is definitely going to be interesting this week to see what happens, where and which way it's going to break out. Obviously, it can also do the breakout at the top, breaking out the top, retesting this trend line and going up. So, but definitely because of this big supply area at the top here, we most probably, or a lot of people are waiting to see if it might just break down to the bottom and from here on fall. So that is my analysis on the Australian dollar, US dollar. So if we look at USD CAD, let's just go to the monthly time frame. Just make it close a bit or smaller. Okay, so over here we've got this big demand zone at the bottom. Get your supply and demand zones. So you've got your demand zone at the bottom. You can see that the dollar has been, coming into this demand zone. So anytime we see that, and especially in price action, when we're looking at this, we can see it was a big one. It tapped it, came up. So this is a big key area. So what we want to do is, because of this huge movement to the downside, okay, we want to see where price is going to pull back to or retrace to. So to do that, we take out our Fibonacci from the high to the low in this instance, because price is moving down, and we can see that this always the golden area, guys, that area there. And if you draw that right there, there's a nice key area. If you draw that right there, it's a nice support area. If you would agree, it's a nice area where price have been supporting against. You can see how that falls nicely, actually in between the 38.2 and the 50% retracement area. So that's definitely a nice area to look at. So I would imagine price from this point shooting up at least to that area, basically. So this is a definite buy that we're going to look at. That is in the monthly. Let me just take these out so we can see clearly. Oops. And then on the weekly time frame. Now again, like I said, it's demand zone at the bottom, so we're expecting price to head towards the upside. So on a weekly time frame, I'm moving my charts around a little bit more today. So on the weekly time frame, we can see this basically this this M formation, W formation forming. It's not drawing it nicely. There we go. It's an M formation. There we go. So we see the M formation forming to the downside with a huge leg to the down. And every time a formation like that forms, we are looking for a retracement at least to the neckline area to see, and we're hoping for that retracement back, because that's, 90% of the time it happens. So if you had to draw your Fibonacci from where price, from the high to the low, seeing that price is breaking down or in a downwards movement, so we can see that this key area here between the 61 and 50% falls nicely in this neckline area. So this is the area that we're expecting price to go back to retrace to. So on a weekly time frame, it's a more confirmation that price might be heading up, seeing that this area here for the last couple of weeks have been proven to be a nice support area. So this is all price action, guys. This is all we do. We trade the price action. We trade what the charts give us. Daily time frame. But before we actually place any trades, because now we've been looking at the higher time frames from the monthly to the weekly. Now we look at the daily. You can't just enter straight up and think, okay, cool, price is going to go up. We need more confirmation, guys. More confirmation is better. So on a daily time frame, what we do is we draw this. Draw the trend line. Let me just draw it nicer and accurate. I do it from the body to the body. Okay, and again, just make a nice mirror image of that, copying and pasting, and so you can see clearly how this little downwards movement, downtrend, the zone that price has been moving in. So before we think of placing a buy, we want price to break this trend line and come and retest the trend line, and then we look for the buy. Understand? Same scenario at the bottom. Before we look for a sell, you can be brave enough and sell within the zone if you really think it. I mean, depending on your trading style. But a sell, it's again wait for that break, that retest, and then it pops down. So basically, guys, this week we will be seeing price either still moving within the zone, or it's going to make its break to the up, retest, shoot, or it's going to break the bottom trend line, retest, and it's going to melt. So either one of those two. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this analysis. I want you to like this video. Put your comments in the comment section. Let me know if there's any other pairs that you want me to analyze. Subscribe to my channel, guys. Send the word out. Put your click that notification bell, and also in the description I've posted links to my Telegram channel and my Instagram and all that kind of things, and also my preferred broker. These guys have got brilliant spreads, so guys, go check them out. And guys, I hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. But yeah, it's almost trading time, and I hope you guys hope you guys have a wonderful day. Happy trading, guys.